All right, here we are. I am with Missy McDonald from Red Hot Realty, the one and only.
One and only, thank God, right?
No, we need more of you, and that's why I have you in my car for my real producers right along.
Yay!
So we're going to drive around. I'm going to talk to Missy and get all her tips and tricks and learn about her, because I want everyone to know who you are. Of course, most people already know who you are, but tell us.
Who am I?
Who are you?
Well, I have been in real estate for 27 years. Hard to believe. 27 years in the Destin market.
Okay.
I got my real estate license after I moved to the area shortly, and just absolutely loved the area, and opportunities just kept coming, meeting people, buying and selling. So it just turned into a career. I got my broker's license, and then I started my own company called Red Hot Realty.
Isn't that the coolest name, you guys? I love it.
You know,
how'd you come up with that?
It's funny because a lot of people, ask me, of course, the first question is, men like to ask, do you have red hair? Yeah. And I don't. So
no.
There you have it.
No.
I kind of looked at all these names, and it's Gulf Coast this and Emerald Coast that.
Yeah.
And everything was so title-ish, so attorney-ish. And I'm just not as serious as that. I wanted something a little bit more informal, fun, and memorable.
You came here from where again?
I'm a Floridian, born and raised in Jacksonville, but did a quick 11 years up in Atlanta, just kind of after college for a little career. So I was in sales up there and missed the water, missed Florida, and I knew I had to come back. So I thought, well, Destin would be as good a place as any. When you vacation from here, from Atlanta, you always end up in Destin.
You're not looking to retire or get out of this anytime soon.
Do realtors ever retire? Tell me, call me. I don't know anybody that does.
I know.
No, I am not looking to retire. I just had my 60th birthday.
Woohoo!
So I'm on my second career, basically. I'm basically just actually more energized than ever.
You're living your best life. Would you say that?
I am actually living my best life.
That's awesome.
I've expanded my real estate business. I have a nice little formula. I've got a teammate here in Destin, Maggie, that I work with.
She's amazing.
She's amazing. Yeah. She's my right-hand girl. Mm-hmm. I also work the whole West Coast, so I go down to Tampa, St. Pete, have a second home there, and have a second business there. So it's actually been kind of invigorating to start in a new market, but yet maintain my business in an old market. And since I've been here 27 years, I've just got so many repeat businesses. I mean, that's what we worked hard for all those years. And it's just been amazing to watch, the referrals come in generationally now, where it used to be one buyer would lead me to about 5 others. Now I've been in it long enough where they've grown new buyers for me.
Down in the Tampa, St. Pete area, what's the difference, the number one difference between those two markets, here and down there?
I would say for me, it's my personal niche. So in this market, we've got all these military bases, right. Eglin, Hurlburt, Tyndall, and I do that business down there as well. But here, that's 90% of my business, where I think down there, the mix is going to be almost opposite because the base is so small. So that's been kind of fun and interesting too, is developing a different style and a different type of business down there. So up here, I would say our average price point, which is, it's kind of sad to say, but first time home buyers right now, price points are around $400,000 to $500,000. Isn't that crazy? My dad was in the military, and I think because I raised my children in this area and it's so predominant in this area, it's one of the biggest populations in the area because Eglin is one of the biggest Air Force bases, that I kind of gravitated towards it. I have twin daughters, and then I also have a son, so I'm very maternal. And those first-time home buyers give me that chance to be maternal.
Same.
And I think for me, it takes it out of from being just a transaction to being a big monumental thing in somebody's life.
Yes.
And I really think it goes back to, I love seeing young people achieve the dream of buying their own home.
Yeah.
I love teaching them all the mathematics about it. We are a concierge type service, so the first time home buyers love that. We help them through every phase and talk to the lenders, and just really it's a hand-holding experience. And I've had young people as 18 years old buying homes, and their parents have called me and said, oh my gosh, where their parents come with them. I've had grandparents call me and said, this is the first person in our entire family that's ever purchased a home. Oh. And then I've also had young military people. This one guy got in this beautiful house. He's walking around. He said, I grew up in very poor surroundings. He goes, I never thought I'd be able to afford a house like this. So it's a lot more of the gratification of the person than the money. If you're good to people, if I treat them like family. I treat these kids like my own children. They send you 3 to 5 people. So it really has been that kind of building process.
I love it.
Yeah. And I love being friends with all of them.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of entertaining. We do a girls' night out.
Okay.
And it's for military ladies that are in the military or
spouses.
Yep, or their spouses. And we try to connect them because, like, we went on this cute boat day to Crab Island. I have a boat, and I love taking people out to Crab Island. It's fun, special things about this area. So let's say these girls are anywhere from, I think our youngest girl was about 22, and they all have very interesting backgrounds coming from different countries and just getting here. And one girl cried after about an hour, and she said, I've been in the area for 1.5 years, and I don't have one friend. That's what's, with military, that's the other thing is they get moved around and they have to start over. And so a lot of times if we sell on one street, we connect all these little families together. And next thing you know, after the thing, all of us got an e-bite to this girl's baby shower.
Oh.
And so now they've made 4 or 5 friends. And that was, heartstrings right there. It's more than the real estate. If you can provide an experience that's more than just buying a house, creating generational wealth, creating friendships, creating, you're helping them with something that's totally not related to the house.
Yeah.
And that's kind of our magic at, what Maggie and I operate on.
With the whole, NAR ruling, that whole thing that's coming down, what's your perspective on that?
I think that goes back to, again, 27 years in the market.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of challenges. I've seen a lot of changes. This is just another challenge and another change. And so you have to first learn about it and accept it. I think that's the hardest part when people don't want to just move forward and they want to fight about it. Fortunately, one of the things about the commissions not being competitive or whatever the listing prices are or whatever, we've always been very competitive. I am a individual owner. I don't have franchise fees, so I don't have all these layered fees. So I've always been super competitive. I'm not concerned about that.
Right.
We kind of call it, friends and family rate because that's just kind of how we operate. And then as far as the buyer broker, that's kind of how we've operated also already. So it's kind of funny that this big shift is almost shifted towards my business model was. So in my mind, I'm actually looking forward to it. In some ways, it's going to level the playing field. It creates more transparency. Again, that's our business model. We're always transparent. We go over, everything with our people by education. And when you educate people, that's what you're doing is creating transparency. No surprises makes life easy. So I think we'll be fine with the shift and the change and all that.
That's really good
settlement.
You love educating your clients, teaching them from the very start where they're just considering buying a home to the closing table and beyond, right?
Yes.
So you keep that relationship going.
Yes, we have even when we first make contact with them, maybe they're not in the area because military aren't, from here.
Yeah.
We've done a really nice buyer's guide that we send out to them.
Oh, nice.
Talks about the different things in the areas, like if they live in different neighborhoods or sections or which base they're coming to. And then it also breaks down the buying process. So we start just even from our first initial contact of, let me talk to you about educating you about the area and the process before we even start, kind of looking at houses.
Yeah.
We're on the whole first. And then when we go to each house, we always say the good and the bad. So we're educating them on the roof, what year the roof is, what the insurance is going to be, why you need impact windows or whatever it might be. So we're educating them on the house. And then we educate on negotiations and what we can work on the deal and things like that. And then after closing, we give them a closing guide that talks about what they need to do the first year of their house. The homestead exemption, doing something to upgrade the house, all the things about maintenance, septic tanks and things like that. So it is a continual educational process, but what it also does is it defines us as an expert in their life regarding this one avenue. They respect all of that. And so they come back to us all the time with questions. It might be 4 months after, they're like, hey, what'd you say I need to do about that AC? Pour the bleach, whatever it might have been. Because we do give them a lot of great information and we stay in contact with them. And what's really crazy too, I like that with the military or whatever clients, they all move around. Yeah. It is really a small world. And we'll have someone leave here that goes to Germany, that sends somebody from Germany. These people are calling us from Japan. So it's just a connection, and we try to maintain it, forever.
What do you think separates you and Maggie apart? What is your secret sauce?
I do say the education side and the concierge side. We are very hand-holding. We answer our phone 24/7. I hate to say it, but in the real estate business, that was one of the jokes about this new NAR settlement was listing agents typically list and you don't ever talk to them. Now they're going to have to answer their phone because you have to call them.
What do you think your biggest challenge is right now?
Affordable housing. I mean, it truly is. When we talk about these first-time home buyers and they're at a $400,000 house, the house prices are high, the interest rates are high. So they're all excited. Then they go, gosh, I look at these loan estimates and I can't afford it.
Right. VAH isn't enough.
VAH isn't enough, or even just, their payments are way too high. So I think that, we're kind of in that perfect storm. Home insurance is high. Mortgage rates are high.
But rent is high.
Everything's high.
So you educate them on renting versus buying, right?
Yes. Now, if renting is better, we supply rental MLS listings, and if that's really the better option and they need to wait, sure.
And some people do.
Some people do. There's not anything wrong with that at all. And same thing, like we get a lot of people that call us and say, hey, should we rent or sell our house for leaving the area? And we do a market analysis on both. And we say, hey, maybe you should rent it. I'm glad you called me. Call me next time, but I think you should rent it. I think it is just an overall challenge in the market coming up in this next year that's going to help if we can get these interest rates to cut a little bit. We're also already seeing a little bit of house prices come down because we do have so much inventory that's coming, getting pushed up. So those would be our challenges, is just getting the price back down. And that would be on any level, because you look at the condo crisis going on from South Florida for that market. You look at waterfront properties like here in Destin, Florida, or St. Pete. The insurance is so high, the home insurance. Then you have the flood insurance. So I think all of those things are going on in the market right now that we all just have to keep working positively and just doing the best you can to, find the right places that have the right things for the buyers.
And I know about you personally. Like, what do you do for fun besides real estate?
Gosh, I like to have a lot of fun because, again, that's why I'm called Red Hot Realty, and that's my business model. A lot of fun is I do like to go on the boat, and I love to have anybody on the boat. I do it with, other real estate agents because I believe in being collaborative. Then I have a couple of schnauzers, so they get to come along. Okay. Actually, one of my schnauzers is like our company mascot. Her name is Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse, yes, you guys told me about her.
Yeah, Minnie Mouse will sell a house. And I also like to play pickleball. It's a new trend.
Do you play pickleball?
I love pickleball, and I like it for the same reasons. It's fun.
It's very social.
It's very social. It's funny, and so it's just a great little sport. Generational too. My adult children like to play, so it gives me something to play with them. We've had customers play. We're thinking about doing a little pickleball tournament. One of the lenders had one, and it got a good turnout.
We should do a real producers pickleball tournament.
I think it'd be fun.
That would be really fun.
Sandpiper's got some great courts, so we've been playing over there. So, and then I would say the other thing, of course, is travel. Who doesn't want to travel? And when I travel, what do? I go look at property.
I bet you do.
Wherever you are, Mexico, it doesn't matter. You're going to be like, what does that house cost? What is, what's that condo?
Yeah, you can't help it. It's in your blood.
In your blood. Same thing when I get home at night. What channel do I put on?
Right.
HGTV. It's my passion. It is what I love to do.
Yes.
I found my niche, and I've got a great team with Maggie, and so
when you get out of bed in the morning, are you just happy to be awake?
Oh, yeah.
You love it?
Yeah.
You can't wait to go to work.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's terrific.
Yeah. You meet so many great people, and that's, again, I'm a people person.
So inquiring minds might want to know, are you single, available, taken?
Oh, really? Now we're going there, huh? Well, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
Single as a Pringle, ready to mingle.
Single as a Pringle, ready to mingle.
Ready to mingle.
I love it. Rapid fire. Favorite food? What are you going to order at a restaurant when you go out?
Sushi.
Are you a sweet tooth or a savory person?
Savory.
Really?
I would go for another portion of dinner or another piece of steak over a dessert.
Really? Toppings on your pizza. I always go to food.
Well, I'm trying to be healthy. So now
are you?
Yes. Well, aren't we all? I mean, you get where you're, getting up in age a little bit. You want to stay healthy. On my pizza nowadays, I'd probably have more tomatoes and spinach and chicken versus back in the old days, you want the meat lovers or the, pepperoni.
Yeah,
so,
with all the grease.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm trying. And I am trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So that's And I love food. I am a big foodie.
Me too.
I love trying new restaurants because I don't cook.
You don't?
No, I prefer not to. I've got a little sign in my kitchen that says, my favorite thing to make for dinner is a reservation. And I'm really good at that. I know the best restaurants.
Well, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you shared yourself with us. This will go out to millions and millions.
Call me.
Give us your number, speaking of that.
Oh, yeah. Number? Okay, so it's 850-830-5535. And you can call me for pickleball, for going out to eat, whatever it is.
Boating.
I'm your girl.
Shoot her a text.
Yeah.
Let's spam her phone with a bunch of text messages
from random people.
Random people. You'd be like, oh, thanks, Cindy. All right, thank you. Appreciate it, Missy.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.